So welcome back to the Spatial Information Science lab work. In these sessions, we are learning how to use the QGIS software with different operations, different spatial information operations, and how to do it practically. We are trying to make you aware of it. I am Shahab Fazal and I am from Department of Geography at Aligarh Muslim University. In the previous session, we learned as to how we can bring the census data into our system. There we have changed the format because that format which is in the census data was in different format, and we wanted to convert it compatible to the QGIS system. Now today we would learn as to how we can join the tables if they are in the same format. This is also one way of bringing in the non-spatial information into spatial format. So in this session we would learn to join the tables, the different columns of the table. As you know that statistical data are not always in spatial format. It can be also in tabular format, as we have discussed earlier also. QGIS have this advantage to link these database tables with spatial data and making it compatible with this for spatial analysis. And it's a very common to use census data for our analysis. In this session, the vector data can be in the form of point line and polygon, and here we would be using the different population data of India along with the vector data in the form of a shapefile. We would be combining both of them, and different population parameters like sex ratio or literacy as attribute information. This data from census information, from census table, we are trying to incorporate into the GIS system in the QGIS. So the process is simple. We had done some part of it in our previous exercise. In this exercise, we are continuing with what we did in the previous exercise. We would right click on the Census India shapefile layer and open its properties. There we will navigate to the join tab in the layer properties window and click on this particular symbol, this particular button, and to add census data to the shapefile. This way you would go and then you have to click this button which would be appearing here, and then you have to click it, and that way the census data would be appearing. So this way this window would be appearing like this. Here you need to add vector join. Very important is that since we are dealing with shapefile, so we would be adding vector join window will pop up. You need to select the appropriate CSV format to join the layer selection. Now why I am saying appropriate, because there can be many other option also. So whatever attribute you want to bring into your system, you have to select that, because census data may have many kind of information. You need to bring in the appropriate information which you want to spatially represent. So here we are selecting household information from the census data and join layer selection. There you need to select join field and the target field. The target field will be the ID, because it is primary key for both the tables, which we have learned in our previous session also, and then click OK as it is appearing here. So that will give you this kind of window will be appearing before you, and now you will notice that the census data is added to the list. So this you have already done, but this is another way of joining the table. Click OK to the layer properties window. Now open the attribute table of Census India state. You will notice that new field will be added to it. So the difference between the previous exercise and this exercise would be only that previously we have converted the format. Here we are just linking the two attributes common to the spatial information. And to make the join permanent, we have to create a new layer using Save As option. This can be accessed by right click on Census India shape layer, and that way we would be able to do it. And this way it will appear and a new layer will come into the census data, which would be used for further analysis. And save as window will give appropriate output file name. You have to save it. Appropriate name you need to add into here, and then attribute is added to the vector layer and open this. Then you will select OK, and then a new household details would be added to the attribute list, which was not existing previously. So these two exercises which we have discussed in our previous session and in this present session, in both the cases we are dealing with the tabular data form, and we are bringing the tabular data form into the spatial format. We are representing now spatially. How? Because we are linking the tabular information, statistical information drawn from census data to the map, the shape file, vector layer. And whatever area of interest is yours, it depends on that. It can be a district level data, it can be a village level data also. So that way there might be many sources which would be giving some attribute information of that specific location, which is already in the spatial format, where you might have georeferenced it, might have digitized that particular polygon or area entity. Now we are adding we can add many attribute information into it. The example is we have tried to explain to you. So this is how we will be able to joining the tabular information in the form of in the shapefile of India, and that is how it would be appearing in your QGIS screen. So what we did here, we have linked the one column of census data to our shapefile of India, which is representing different states, and that is how we were able to join attribute information to this shapefile.